Hey everyone, Robert here with Mr.Beer. I got Zach with me. A little different video style today. We're starting a brewing with Mr.Beer because I'm very original with names. You know, so we have brew talk with Mr.Beer. I thought we'd do brewing with Mr.Beer. We have Matt behind the camera as well. You won't be able to see him, but he is there controlling all of our cool things that we're doing. So we're kind of start off pretty simple for these. Obviously, as we do it more often, we'll get more advanced. We'll get Ashley in here and we'll do some brews and we'll swap it up and do some things. You can see how we're brewing things and how easy it can be. So we're going to brew our winter dark ale. You didn't get it last week because it was on the logo, I'm sorry, but you should get it regardless because it's a really good beer. So let's dive into it, man.
Sure.
All right, Zach, you're in charge now. You got to walk us through the process. I think the most difficult part of this is opening the can.
It does tend to be one of our biggest complaints, I think.
Yeah, if we don't make it easy, we got to keep that yeast in there.
Gotta keep it safe, don't you know?
Keep your yeast safe.
So, dark.
The winter dark ale. And basically, yeah, what we'll do is put it in the warm water, right?
Remove the label first so you don't get a bunch of papery voodoo. Makes it a lot cleaner when it comes to scraping it into the pot.
That X-Acto knife is actually the pro tip because I've never used that before. I actually always try and tear it up with my hands, and that never seems to work very well at all. Okay, so you got that warming. Now we're gonna get what do we got going next?
We gotta grab our water, so 4 cups and or a quart.
And then we do use filtered water here. I think is it a reverse osmosis?
This is our own water.
Yeah.
So there's trace minerals in it, so it's not completely stripped like distilled. But we're gonna replenish that with the malt anyway, since all those lovely minerals and vitamins are in there from
that.
Making the malt to begin with.
If you have questions about water, we did a brew talk episode about brewing different types of water. So a plug there for an old episode, which is always fun to do. All right, so now we got pot on the stove, bring it to a boil. I think we are almost there. Basically, the boil helps make it easier to mix up our malt extract.
Yep.
And also kills off if you had any bacteria or harmful things floating around that pot that wasn't supposed to be there.
Exactly. It also buys you a little time for while you're stirring in the malt, your spoon, all that stuff. It's sanitized by the boiling water. So
Awesome. Ooh.
we're there.
We're there. All right, awesome. So now we will always take the pot off the heat. If not, you'll just scorch your malt extract
And then you just have a big old bottle full of burnt tasting nasty. We don't want that.
No.
So
we were using a little different sanitization method here. We use Star San to brew just because it's
fast.
for how often we brew, it makes it quicker. If you do brew a lot and don't want to use the no rinse or save that, you can get Star San on like Amazon for super cheap. And basically, you mix it with water. It's got the dilution, all the specs there, but it's pretty cool because everything gets a spray or a quick soak and it's good to go. It's probably one of the cooler things that we do use here, especially because we would brew. I don't brew. Zach and Ashley brew daily, and Matt brews a lot too. So everyone's getting on the brewing activities. That's why you can see all the fermenters. This is actually, it seems to be a low period for fermenters for us.
We've been trying to streamline a little bit and get our coordination down. There it is.
There we go. So you got the top off. Now we got the nice can of what I would call liquid gold, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
A good name for it. I mean, anything that turns something into beer is gold in my book.
Absolutely.
Look at that. That's the money shot right there.
All the good stuff going in.
You've been brewing a lot. Have you noticed that you can tell a difference between the darkness of malts through the different styles, or because they're so concentrated, is it hard to tell?
No, because even the lighter ones will be more golden or orangey or even red, but the dark beers are definitely dark. There's no hiding that.
Yeah. So you're gonna make sure you get all that stuff out of that can.
I try to get as much as I can, but I also don't try and kill myself either. The difference is usually only a couple of points of gravity, which ends up being 0.1% of alcohol. So if you want every last drop, I recommend using like a little hot water.
Yeah, put it in there, mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
Stir it around, it'll dissolve it off, and then you can pour it in. But
to get all that gold.
But But when you're brewing 4 to 5 batches a day, sometimes you just need to let some go.
Alright, so we got that mixing in there. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. This is the cool part about brewing standard cans is they're super simple. So we're just gonna basically mix it up till it's dissolved, and
Yep.
the hot water makes it so easy.
It definitely melts a lot faster in that water when it's good and hot.
Yeah, using the cold water can sometimes take a little while.
Just sinks and sits there.
Yeah.
Looks pretty well incorporated to me.
Yep, getting little bubbles in there.
Yep. It's always good to give a good vigorous stir. The oxygen getting in now is a good thing. You want the yeast to be able to have some fuel for their exercise that they're about to undertake. So oxygen at this stage is good.
That's what I always want. Oxygen at the beginning is good. Once you
Anytime-
start brewing, it's bad.
Once you
start
put the yeast
fermenting,
in, you don't want it anymore. So OBK with 1 gallon of cold refrigerated water.
Yes, so we previously did the leak test, so that way you don't have to sit here and watch us stare at water for 5 minutes.
Yes.
You know, basically, just pouring that right in at the moment of truth here, because this is where I fail every time as a home brewer, just pouring the wort into your fermenter, which is no easy task.
It does take a little bit of practice, but again, when you start doing it multiple times a day, you're gonna be good to go.
Awesome. It's looking good.
So we got that in there now. We top off with just a little bit of water till we get to that second mark, which is on this side.
Oh, let me turn that around to see that one. Huh? Yeah, and always want to top it off with cold water.
Yep.
It's been sitting in the refrigerator for. We usually always have a few gallons just in the fridge ready to go.
We keep 3 gallons in there,
All the
nice
time.
and cold.
Then when you get the inspiration to brew,
Nothing's holding you back.
no, you're not waiting on cold water.
Right.
Alright, perfect. Looks good in there.
Good and frothy and foamy is what we like to see. Again, getting that oxygen in there now, because that's the last the yeast are gonna get.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign when it's mixed up vigorously, is you have a lot of foam on top when you start, or before you pitch your yeast, I should say.
Yeah. And I try to get it in there in a nice thin layer, but they're pretty robust. They'll take care of themselves.
They do a pretty good job.
Yep. So no stirring. We just make sure everything's clean
It's always good to double check all that stuff.
and seal,
That's it.
and we're done with this
We're done.
batch.
It's a great thing about brewing. Standard refills are super quick, super easy, super straightforward as we did that.
Yep.
No time at all, and soon we'll have a winter dark ale.
We will.
Alright, thanks everyone for watching us. We'll have more of these brewing videos coming out in the future. Give us a like, thumbs up, a share. Let us know what you want to see us brew next. We appreciate the time, everyone. Have a good week. Happy brewing.
Brew it up.